Hi mamas, it's Andrea Tran from Breastfeeding Confidential. I'm an RN and a lactation consultant, an IBCLC. I have been helping moms and babies with breastfeeding for over 25 years. I have my blog, Breastfeeding Confidential, where I write about all things breastfeeding. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now so you don't miss any of my videos. And today I'm going to talk to you about flat nipples. Now, first of all, I'm going to show you my audiovisual aid. I call this Betty Boob, and Betty does not have flat nipples. So I'm going to be using her all the same though to show you some things. So I've got a list over here that I'm going to be glancing off to occasionally so I make sure I don't forget anything. But first I want to talk about the different kinds or degrees of flat nipples that a mom can have. Now sometimes it'll be just a little bump of a nipple, but if she goes ahead and kind of rolls it, then that'll make the nipple pop right out. Sometimes it's just flat and she rolls it and nothing much happens. Other times she may go ahead and compress, and around the edges of the nipple it'll kind of sink in, and I call that a functional retraction. And then there are times when the nipple just is completely inverted and it doesn't come out unless she pulls way back on it. So different kinds of flat nipples, and it can affect breastfeeding in different ways. Now there are some different things to know about flat nipples. If you have a flat nipple and you roll it and it pops right out, it's not a problem. Don't worry about it. And if you have a baby that will latch on to just about anything and has no trouble with your flat nipples, not a problem. Don't worry about it. And sometimes babies can even pull out, deeply inverted nipples. So it's best if you're having trouble latching to be working with a lactation consultant, but there are some tools that you can use that can help with flat nipples. Now during pregnancy you can get breast shells, and let's see if I can get a good, there we go. These are made by Medela, and these are their soft shells, and I'll go ahead and put a link to these down below, but just to show you what they look like. So they come two to a pair, and there are these little sponges because sometimes when you wear them it can cause some leaking. But the basic part of the shell are two pieces, and you go ahead and put them together, just roll it on there. And then it is worn with that little hole right, you center the nipple right in there, and then you wear it inside your bra. And what that does is that puts pressure at the base of the nipple, because when somebody has flat nipples, there are tiny little adhesions that are preventing it from popping out. So that puts pressure continuously, and that helps break those little tiny adhesions so that the nipple will pop out more. And then after the baby is here, if you're still having a problem with flat nipples, you can get a nipple shield if a lactation consultant recommends that. And they come in a couple different sizes. I have a video on nipple shields and how to apply them correctly, and I'll go ahead and put a link to that. But this is a contact shield, and you can see that part of it is cut away, and then this is just a regular shield, and it goes all the way around. And there are three different sizes. The ones that are made by Medela are three different sizes. And with the nipple shield, you go ahead and you put that on. And like I said, take a look at that other video to see how to put it on properly. And then that gives the baby some stimulation so that they can feel that there's something there, because sometimes when a mom has really flat nipples, it doesn't get back far enough to stimulate their reflex to suck. So the other thing that you can do to help pull out nipples is using a breast pump and putting a breast pump on for a few minutes right before you breastfeed, and that can help pull the nipple out as well. So those are some tricks. There's one other thing, and I don't have that with me, but there's a device called a Nipplet, and it's almost like a syringe that helps pull the nipple out. So that's another thing that you can try. Some places will tell you to just cut the end off of the syringe, and I really don't recommend that because then the edges can be really sharp and that could cause some tissue damage. So those are some different tricks that you can use to try to help your baby latch if you have flat nipples, or to help pull the nipple out even before the baby is born. So if you have any questions, just drop me a comment and check out my blog, Breastfeeding Confidential, and I'll see you next time.